Harry here, and welcome back to Read Tomes. Sorry I haven't been around a lot so far, and I'd say that's because I've been in a bit of a reading slump, but that's stopped, as you can tell with the title of this video and this review coming up. Now, first of all, I'd like to say that, as you know, I've been on a book buying ban, but with my birthday coming up on the 20th, there's more than likely going to be a birthday book haul by the end of this month, so expect to see that very soon with lots of lovely books and manga and all sorts. So let's jump straight into this review. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Forsaken by Lisa M. Stasse, which is a dystopian book set in the not too distant future. I believe it's like 2020, around that sort of time, so it's not that far away. This book is, as I said, a dystopian story where we follow this young girl who's 16 called Elena. Now, in this world, when you're 16, you take this personality sort of test, which determines if you're likely to become, say, some sort of killer, rapist, some sort of terrorist, that sort of thing. It's sort of like a psych personality test. And the reason why this is, in North America, Mexico, America, and Canada have all banded together, and they've created this like super country called the UNA, which is the United Northern Alliance. Got there eventually. And basically they're waging war with the rest of the world, and their leader is a bit of a dictator, and he's subduing everyone who is opposed against him. And basically, if you fail this sort of test, which say you become, they believe you're going to become a criminal, they ship you off to this island, Prison Island Alpha. And now basically this place is sort of a prison, and it's set up into a regional base where people are just left there to basically die, because they only have a life expectancy up to the age of 18 there, so that's only 2 years. So as you can expect, this is going through everyone's mind, but Elena just doesn't think she's ever gonna end up there because she doesn't have these thoughts of any criminal activities or anything like that. But as you can expect, she fails the test and she ends up on the island. Now, this is because of contributing attributes and many things that's happened in her past. When she was a young girl at the age of 10, her parents were taken from her by the UNA. So this could be construed as many different things. So basically, she's grew up as an orphan. This story is basically, we follow her and her journey on this island with all the things that happen. Now, I enjoyed the story, but there's a couple things I dislike. Straight off, there's the romance problem, which a few people I'm sure have pointed out. And basically, there's this whole thing with instalust. She falls in love at first sight, and it's not something I like to read about in books. It's not for me. I don't believe it's real. So that put a downer on the book for me. I didn't like reading about that, and it kept cropping up in the book. Other than that, the actual story was amazing. The whole twist with the main villain per se, the monk who's on the island, I thought that was very interesting, as well as the way the story developed. And Gaija, I think her name is, which is like the main female support, I found her very interesting, and she's a total badass. So with her and Elena, their just growth throughout this story, I really enjoyed. Now, since this is the first book in the series, I believe it would be a trilogy. I see it panning out as a trilogy, sort of like Hunger Games and that did. And the reason why I think this is it just seems to be set up that way. The way this ends, you can just tell what's going to happen in the next book roughly, with stuff being explained and then plans being built upon, and then the third book will be the climactic, action-packed adventure crazy enough, which this book sort of started off with. It's very descriptive and it was very nice. The whole way the island was described was very tropical and just all round very nicely described, and I enjoyed it entirely. This book is also written in the first person, so I believe that in one of the books to come we are going to get more than one view. Now, I believe in the second book this will be Liam, who is the love interest, and I believe we'll get a view from both Liam and Elena. So that'll be something to see if Lisa writes like that, or if she just sticks to the single person. Now, for my rating of this book, with the whole thing with instalust, that automatically dropped a star for me. So overall, I give The Forsaken by Lisa M. Stasse 4 out of 5, and I definitely recommend it. If you like stuff like The Maze Runner and Hunger Games, I'd recommend you read this. I did keep relating this back to The Maze Runner with the feelers to what they called the grievers, I believe, in The Maze Runner. It's been like 2 months since I read that book, so I can't remember. I kept like comparing the two and stuff like that, so it's definitely a good read, and I'd definitely pick it up. And of course I'd pick up, just for this cover, this awesome, beautiful cover. But anyway guys, I've been Harry, and I'll see you guys very soon. soon. If you've read this book, please like and comment. And if you're new, remember to subscribe.